Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Alberto, and if this is the first time you're visiting, welcome. And I hope you enjoy the content that I am about to present. This is part 2 of my front porch handrail and installation that I'm going to be doing at my parents' home. In this video, I'm going to show you the process that it's basically going to take to do the build. I'm going to go through the cut sheet, show you the materials that I'm going to be using, and I'm actually going to be cutting them to size as well. And that will lead us into the next video, which is going to include the welding and start putting the railing system together. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'm going to do my best to present it as clearly as possible. So let's get started. I have about 19.5 feet of 2x2, and this is all 14 gauge material. I have about 25 feet of 1x2, also in 14 gauge. And then these small ones here, there's about 60 feet of this 14 gauge. This is 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch material. And then this is cold rolled round rod. This is 3/8. And there's 40 feet of this. And that's basically what it's going to take to get this thing built. Okay, so for the 2x2 material, which is 14 gauge, that's all these long pieces right here. I need 3 of those at 42.5 inches, and then I only need 1 at 41 inches, and that's going to be for this particular one right here. And other than that, so I'm going to start measuring and get those cut one by one, and then we'll keep on going. All right, so that's step 1 for right now. Yeah, the ends are pretty square on this particular piece. I'm sure they are on all the other ones, but either way, I try to find the part that has this, that's as square as possible, and I'll use that as the main end. So we need 4250. Then what I typically do is I'll just put it right where that edge is, and if it's a tad bigger, that's fine, because we still have to do the final sanding, get it to the right size. So I'd rather have a little bit extra than not enough. Okay, and that's one piece. Let's do these right here. Yeah. Okay, again, it's 4250. Okay, so in this case, 4250 is from there to this, to the silver line. So I want to place the outside of my blade on the outside of this part of the line, just so I can have that extra bit. If I go to this inside, then I'm not going to be at that 4250. I'm going to be a lot shorter. So this time, I'm going to place just the edge of the blade, just on the outside thickness of my marker there, and that should give me what I'm looking for. Let's just double check that dimension. Yeah, right at 4250. Yeah, and I'll show you. So this piece started off pretty square, so see if you can see that. So we're right at 4250, just what we're looking for. That's the cool thing about these, those type of saws. All right, so we're going to do the same thing here. Okay, so this is what we want. That's the throw-off piece. So I want my inside of the blade on the outside of the thickness of my marker. I can always sand it down to get it to the right size. So I'm going to take this piece, and I just need 41 inches off of this piece right here. And that should complete all of those legs. All right, so same thing. That's the piece that I want. So I want this side of the blade on the outermost side of my marker line. All right, so now for the 1x2s. Okay, so for the 1x2s, I already checked off the 2x2s. We're done with those. Okay, so for the 1x2s, I need 3 at 39.25. That's these 3 right here. This one, and this one. And I need 6 of the 12-inch. 6 of them at 12 inches. That's these 6 right here. That's these 3 for this section, and then these 3 for this section right here. All right, so again, 3 at 39.25, 6 at 12 inches. All right, so let's get started on those. Okay, again, I'm gonna basically do the same process. I'm just gonna make sure that this end is square and I have a good starting point. Again, so I need 3 at 39.25. 3 at 39.25. Let me just measure one more time. 39.25, okay? Okay, no different on this one. Outside of the blade, the outside of my mark. That gives me room for error. Okay, there's one. Just check it one more time. Make it easier to cut on this side. All right, so I just flipped it over, so I want to be on the outside of this line now, okay, because this is the piece I want. So I'm going to do the inside of the blade. Okay, that's 2. Okay, I'll give it one more check, just in case. Okay, so here's all 3 pieces at 39 1/4. All right, so the rest, I need 6 pieces at 12 inches. So it's 6 pieces at 12 inches. So I have all my residual stuff there, my drop-offs that I can use along with this one, and then whatever else I need, I can use that piece right there. So we'll start off with the drop-offs here. Let me make sure this is the side I cut. Yeah, this side. Okay, this side's the square side. Okay. So here's where we're going, right here. Okay, there's one. There's 2. Okay, so now I want to cut. I want to place my blade on this side of my line here. Yeah, okay, so what do I mean by that? So let me show you. I'll just bring my camera over here. See if you can see this. So if you bring the blade down, it's on the outside of the line. So from the outside here, that way it gives me at least the thickness of the line to play with. If I just happen to miss the dimension by a little bit. See, that's 4. That looks like 12 inches, but I know it's not. So let's just take a look. Yeah, it's 11.5 inches, so I'm just shy. So that'll be a drop off. So those are all drop offs. So I have 4 here. I need 2 to go. And I'll take those out of this long piece here. All right, this should be my last one. Okay. All right, so here's what we have to do next. Okay, so I already have these 2 checked off. The 2x2s and the 1x2s are cut. So now we're moving into the 1/2-inch pieces. That's going to be these long center pieces, these skinny ones right here. All right, so there's 11 of them for the main section here. And then there's 3 on this center section, and there's 3 on the most forward portion here. So for these right here, I need 11 at 26 inches, and for these, I need 6 at 27 inches. Okay, so that's the next step. So let's get those cut, and we'll keep on going. Okay, and we're gonna start using these, and I need to cut all of these, so I'm gonna try to save some time, and I'm gonna cut 2 at a time, and let's see how that goes. Okay. Okay, so the way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna measure 1 at 26 inches. So then I'm gonna butt this piece up together. I'll put a clamp on here. That'll hold them. And I'll go ahead and mark now I can mark them both here. So since these are the pieces that I need, we need to cut on this outside. So I'm gonna line up the outside of my line here to the outside of the blade here. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this clamp here just to hold them together. Okay, and just so you can see that they're at 26 inches. All right, so that's 2. Okay, so that's 8. These are drop-offs, so I need 3 more to go. Okay, so that's 10 right there. I actually need 1 more to go, but I don't want to, I already have these in pairs here and lined up and ready to cut. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the, whatever I can get out of here at 27 inches. As for the other 2 sections, I'm going to go ahead and cut those 2 out. Cut them out since I already have this set up. No need to take this one and just cut one. So these were 6 at 27 inches. So just 1 inch longer. Okay, there's 4. I have enough here to cut the last 2 pieces of the 27s. These little guys are easy to cut. That's all. Cuts right through them like nothing, like butter. All right, so I need 1 more of that. Here's my drop off. Another drop off. So I just need 1 of these at 26 inches. Okay, so the 26s are done. And the 27s are also completed. So all the main parts of the structure are done. The only thing we need to do now is I need to roll the cold roll, this round rod stuff. Since it's cold roll, it's pretty hard, but it's better to use this than hot rolled steel. Okay, so for this last step of this part 2, I need to roll the 3/8 inch material now. We're going to use this machine here to roll it. That's going to be these center pieces right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll all 4 of those 10-footers into a big old circle. So, and the radius that we're looking for is 1465 approximately, because I can always adjust them once this gets built. But I'm going to just roll them into a big old circle, and then we'll cut them at the next level. Other than that, but that's these pieces right here. It's easier to roll them into one circle and then cut them to size. We're going to use that, but hopefully I won't hit the seating because this is a 10-foot piece. So I'm going to put it right here at the edge, right here. I got a little gauge here that'll tell me how many inches I've gone down. It's just going to be a reference to get that radius that I'm looking for. Okay, so right now I've made contact with the piece. I'm going to give it a couple of presses. Now I'm going to start rolling it. Okay, so see that pretty needle. All right, so once it gets up to a certain point, I'm going to put my vice grip on it. The vice grip is going to act as a guide for me, so I can hold this and keep it straight at the same time. All right, so I'm going to roll it. Once you start rolling it and you give it that bend, you're committed. Just go all the way till you get to the end, because if you try to correct in the middle, you won't get it. Okay, so now I got that at the end right there. So I'm going to hold it with my waist so it don't rotate, because once it gets off, it's extremely difficult to get it back in. So now I'm going to give it about 2 cranks. And hopefully that's not too much. Now I'm going to go the opposite way. Keep in mind, once you go, you're committed. and then I'll check the radius as it's coming through. Then what's going to happen here, I'm going to take the vice grip off so I can get it back where it started. Okay, right there. So now I'm just going to give it one crank. And that should put us pretty close to the radius that we're looking for. Almost there. I mean, it's just barely, but I need to finish. Okay, so what's going to happen here is going to want to hit that other roller. So I'm just going to force it to come down beneath there, and I'll just hold it. But it's all right. It's not going to change the radius, believe me. All right, then I'm just going to go about a half a press. If that. Then I'll go back. Hopefully that'll put us at the right radius, because we can always finish the bend once we cut them to size. They're easy to manipulate. Okay, it's a little tight, and I'm not going to give it any more, but that's a little tight, but I can manipulate it once I cut them to size. I can open them up to where they need to be. But I'm committed, so I got to finish where I'm at and work it when I'm done. Okay, so now to get it out, just follow through all the way, and I'm there at the end. Now I can release this piece here. Okay, then I gotta work it out of here. There's my circle. All right, so the radius is a little tight. Just a tad tight, you can tell. However, once I cut this to the size, it's very easy to manipulate, open it up, and you get the right radius. So there's number one. Again, once I cut it to size, I can manipulate that. So here's number two. So we're good with that. Okay. That's a good one right there. That's three. And let's see where we're at right here. Yeah, okay. And that's it. So I think we have everything ready to go. Just got to clean it up for the next part. But as you can see, it's a process to the process just in the preparation and getting ready to start welding. It takes several hours. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.